Earth is the third planet from the Sun and the only astronomical object known to harbor life. About 29.2% of Earth's surface is land consisting of continents and islands. The remaining 70.8% is covered with water, mostly by oceans, seas, gulfs, and other salt water bodies, but also by lakes, rivers, and other fresh water, which together constitute the hydrosphere. Much of Earth's polar regions are covered in ice. Earth's outer layer is divided into several rigid tectonic plates that migrate across the surface over many millions of years, while its interior remains active with a solid iron inner core, a liquid outer core that generates Earth's magnetic field, and a convective mantle that drives plate tectonics. Earth's atmosphere consists mostly of nitrogen and oxygen. More solar energy is received by tropical regions than polar regions, and is redistributed by atmospheric and ocean circulation. Greenhouse gases also play an important role in regulating the surface temperature. A region's climate is not only determined by latitude, but also by elevation, and by proximity to moderating oceans, among other factors. Severe weather, such as tropical cyclones, thunderstorms, and heat waves, occurs in most areas and has a large impact on life. Earth's gravity interacts with other objects in space, especially the Moon, which is Earth's only natural satellite. Earth orbits around the Sun in about 365.25 days. Earth's axis of rotation is tilted with respect to its orbital plane, producing seasons on Earth. The gravitational interaction between Earth and the Moon causes tides, stabilizes Earth's orientation on its axis, and gradually slows its rotation. Earth is the densest planet in the solar system and the largest and most massive of the four rocky planets. According to radiometric dating estimation and other evidence, Earth formed over 4.5 billion years ago. Within the first billion years of Earth's history, life appeared in the oceans and began to affect Earth's atmosphere and surface, leading to the proliferation of anaerobic and, later, aerobic organisms. Some geological evidence indicates that life may have arisen as early as 4.1 billion years ago. Since then, the combination of Earth's distance from the Sun, physical properties and geological history have allowed life to evolve and thrive. In the history of life on Earth, biodiversity has gone through long periods of expansion, occasionally punctuated by mass extinctions. Over 99% of all species that ever lived on Earth are extinct. Almost 8 billion humans live on Earth and depend on its biosphere and natural resources for their survival. Humans increasingly impact Earth's surface, hydrology, atmospheric processes and other life. The modern English word earth developed via Middle English, from an Old English noun most often spelled eore. It has cognates in every Germanic language, and their ancestral root has been reconstructed as *ero. In its earliest attestation, the word eore was already being used to translate the many senses of Latin terra and Greek gege. The ground, its soil, dry land, the human world, the surface of the world, and the globe itself. As with Roman terra, tellus and Greek Gaia, Earth may have been a personified goddess in Germanic paganism. Late Norse mythology included Jor, a giantess often given as the mother of Thor. Historically, Earth has been written in lowercase. From early Middle English, its definite sense as the globe was expressed as the earth. By early modern English, many nouns were capitalized, and the earth was also written the earth, particularly when referenced along with other heavenly bodies. More recently, the name is sometimes simply given as Earth, by analogy with the names of the other planets. Though Earth and forms with the remain common, how styles now vary. Oxford spelling recognizes the lowercase form as the most common, with the capitalized form an acceptable variant. Another convention capitalizes Earth when appearing as a name but writes it in lowercase when preceded by the. It almost always appears in lowercase in colloquial expressions such as, "What on earth are you doing?" Occasionally, the name Terra, Ter, is used in scientific writing and especially in science fiction to distinguish humanity's inhabited planet from others, while in poetry Tellus, Tulls, has been used to denote personification of the earth. Terra is also the name of the planet in some Romance languages. Of the Greek poetic name Gaia is rare, though the alternative spelling Gaia has become common due to the Gaia hypothesis, in which case its pronunciation is rather than the more classical English e. There are a number of adjectives for the planet Earth. From Earth itself comes earthly. From the Latin terra comes terran, trun, terrestrial, trus, thrill, and terrene, trin. And from the Latin tellus comes tellurian, turran, and telluric. The oldest material found in the solar system is dated to 4.5682.